So, friend, today, yeah, started. Today, just 1 second. Okay, so today I'm going to talk on the general characters of the phylum Protozoa. So, in general, so you see here, whenever A and B diagram I have kept on very first slide, the A is your amoeba and B is paramecium. From your childhood, whenever you talk about the uh, protozoa, these two animals first come to your mind, but there are around 50,000 species are present in phylum Protozoa. The entire society of protozoologists is there. Okay, so we will see main features or general character of protozoa, and then in some other lectures we will talk about the uh, different classes and subphylum of phylum Protozoa. So what happened here? See, these are the diagram of different protozoan animals. You just go to the see the slide. Standard, amoeba, euglena, Caricaceum, trypanosoma. They have variety of lifestyle. Some are parasitic, some are commensal, some are free living. But they actually mostly are marine, certain marine, certain in freshwater species, certain parasitic. So we are going to talk about them in general context. So what are they? They are small, usually microscopic animal and ordinarily not visible without microscope. Unicellular. They are first most important are the unicellular, microscopic animal and ordinarily not visible without microscope. Simplest and most primitive, we can say. Why simplest and most primitive? Because they are protoplasmic grade of organization. They have which kind of organ? Protoplasmic grade of organization. That means they actually in some books they write acellular. Acellular means without cell, no. Without this cellular integrity. Single cell is performing each and every part. One man army, we can say. So everything is happening that is happening at that particular cell level. Animalcule. Sometimes they use the word animalcule instead of the word animal. Minute animal. So they have protoplasmic, cytoplasmic grade of organization. Every physiological process, respiration, or what you can say, assimilation, respiration, reproduction, and any other physiology, movement, everything is happening by one single cell. So that is actually happening at the protoplasmic level. You have studied the amoeboid movement, swollen gel theory. So that also happens. What happening at the protoplasmic level? Body unicellular, body unicellular containing one or more nuclei which are monomorphic or dimorphic. You know, in paramecium, there are two kinds of nucleus, macronucleus, micronucleus. So that is called dimorphic. Morph means form and di means two. So two form of the nucleus. Or it can be monomorphic. In amoeba, you have only one nucleus. So monomorphic or it can be dimorphic nucleus. So this is the extra information. Ciliate contain two type of nucleus, macronucleus. Ciliate means one of the class in the protozoa. including your paramecium. So that has macronucleus and micronucleus. Macronucleus actually control the metabolic activity, and micronucleus perform the reproductive part, reproductive function, generate the micronucleus at after that conjugation, all that. So, but that is not part of today's talk. So we are not going that much detail. Then they can be solitary. Protozoan can be solitary. Solitary means those remain alone. So they can be solitary of and forming loose colonies. Vorticella, volvox. Even many dinoflagellates, they remain in close contact with one another. So they can form loose colony or may remain independent as individual like amoeba. Okay. So when they are in colony, they look alike and independent. They remain alike. When they are in colony, they look alike and they can be remain independent also. See, in general character, actually we are generalizing the character of all 50,000 species in one page, in 1 or 2 pages. So these are the general features like general cell, typical cell. So this way here we are actually generalizing the feature. So let's talk about this. Let's go to the diagram. We have talked about this. So see here in this diagram. Have we talked about symmetry? Yeah, this point is remain. There can be no body symmetry. Amoeba, there is no body symmetry. I have talked about the body symmetry aspect also in my previous lecture of the outline classification of invertebrate. So there can be no symmetry. Say for example, amoeba. It can be radial. You can divide animal into many sections passing through the center axis by into 2 equal halves. It can be radial, or there can be one such plane passing through center axis that can be bilateral or spherical. So see here, this diagram of the paramecium. What it indicates, it is a macronucleus, and one this is the small one is the micronucleus. So it has the 2 nucleus, macronucleus, micronucleus. Okay, then you have it's just you can divide this way animal. Euglena has got bilateral symmetry. Then this animal, spherical symmetry, it's found in spherical symmetry radial area. Here, spherical symmetry, you can divide ultimate element into 2 equal halves through any plane that is passing through the center. Animal जो है वो ball जैसा है. The animal is actually like a ball and a spike ball. So any plant that is passing through the center. Sorry, this is not. So any plant that is actually passing through the center. So any plant that is passing through the center can divide animal into 2 equal halves. So that is spherical. तो इनकी symmetry कौन-कौन सी हो सकती है? They can be radial. They can be radial symmetry. They can be radial, bilateral, or spherical symmetry. Spherical I have explained that remain on that day. So anything that passing through the center. In all these diagrams are taken from the internet, and I have mentioned the website also. Okay, now see here what it said that they can be free living or colonial. You imagine this minute creature, even they can form a colony. Vorticella's colony. And this is another example. It's like look like a vorticella. It's about Caricaceum. It's a Caricaceum. This animal is called Caricaceum. This is the one. This is a Caricaceum colony. This is one animal. This is animal. They are actually united by stalk. You can see it look like a plant. It's a colony of Caricaceum. So you can see Caricaceum. This is extra information just for understanding. Caricaceum smaller protozoan and belong to phylum Coleophora. It lives in a colony with others and form and is for colony. इतना इनका dimension होता है 100 to 150 micron long. Micron long. It's a mu, not u. The word Caricaceum means a beaker. Beaker जैसा दिख रहा है इसलिए. So it has a stock which contract as well. Each one is contract individually also. हर इंसान हर एक खुद एक अपने आप में है. It can contract also. So single individual orchid can also contract. So that's a caricature. So it's a colony. What I meant, why I have kept this diagram to understand. So they can form such colony also. Even Volvox, even Volvox topic is also there in botany book. So Volvox is, so Volvox also have got colony. Then this Paramecium living alone, amoeba living alone. So they can be independent or can be in colony. So again, coming to back to this slide, they are small, microscopic, acellular, animal, ordinary, not visible, unicellular, not visible without microscope. Then protoplasmic grade of organization, one or more nuclei we have seen with the diagram. Macro or micronuclei, they are solitary or can be in colony. There can be any kind of such symmetry, no symmetry, or this can be the variation in symmetry. Then now the feature, the next feature is body can be naked. Body can be naked, bounded by pellicle. Body can be naked. Then यहाँ पे आएगा naked or it can be bounded by the pellicle. What is pellicle? Pellicle, thin layer supporting cell membrane in various protozoa. Okay, if you go through the zoology dictionary, what is pellicle? It's a thin layer supporting the cell membrane in various protozoa. So Euglena has got such covering. Euglena outer body has got such pellicle. See, so that even Paramecium has got such pellicle. So that covering, when the outer surface is bounded by some layer, that is called the pellicle. So body can be naked. Amoeba body is not covered by, so we can say it's a naked body. It's not covered outside. Or you will be surprised, even it can have a shell. You see the beauty of this invertebrate. Single cell animal, yet it can have shell. Something is beyond our imagination. Shell or exoskeleton. I will show you the diagram. So see, they can have a shell of the exoskeleton. I am going to show you how does it look like shell. Let's go to this is this shell. You see, it's a Alphidium, a celled protozoan. यहाँ पे आप पढ़ो. You know that we know that the snails and other mollusks have shell. That's a very common thing. Phyla, Cory, all they have shell. But do you know that certain protozoa also have got shell? Yes, and they are called Foraminiferous or Foraminiferous. Alphidium species, Polystomela species is a genus of free living marine. Marine Foraminiferan. They are multi-chambered. Perforated cell which are spirally arranged on the animal. जो animal होता है उसके ऊपर पूरा shell spirally arranged होता है. They extend long thread-like pseudopodia through these pores. यहाँ से जो pore है वहाँ से pseudopodia बाहर निकलती है. Okay, so what is pseudopodia? We are not going in detail. Okay, so the entire slide is actually this entire article is taken from this main work. So that's good information, and also you find many invertebrate book. This information also there in any invertebrate book. So this is something new for you, that even a protozoan can be shelled. Polystomela species. Then again, so body can be naked, amoeba. Body can have pellicle, or body can have a shell of exoskeleton. Body form usually constant. पूरी life ऐसे ही constant form ही रहता है. Or can varied in some. Body form usually constant, varied in some means same से मोनोसिस्टिस में अलग अलग form आते हैं, like metropozoid form, gametocyte form. तो body form भी change होते रहते हैं. Certain animals have, according to environment, they change their body form. Say for amoeba also. If the condition is not favorable, moisture is not there, then it actually forms the cyst around the body, remain dormant and form the cyst, and it divide many times. So this way, body form usually constant varying some while changing with the environment. So when the environment change, sometimes body form change. And of course, aging. With age, different phase of the age, body form can vary. Single cell body perform all the essential and vital activities again and again. It's a single cell animal and one single cell has to perform each and every task. Hence, only subcellular physiological division of labor, protoplasmic rate of labor, or subcellular level, and that's why animals are called acellular. Acellular means something can be misleading. Acellular means what? Without cell? No, they don't have cellular organization. They are a single cell. That's why their communication, cell communication is not there. In that context, they are using the word acellular in many books. The more precise word is unicellular. So they are unicellular and they have protoplasmic rate of organization or subcellular physiological division of labor. Then you see this is the same diagram from the other source, Polystomella like animal. You see here Polystomella, single cell animal, unicellular animal having the shell. Actually, that cell actually get what we call sometimes get the dwell at the bottom of the sea. They remain there, and sometimes their impression remain on the rock. Sometimes. Then another point: how locomotion is carried out in the phylum among the member of phylum Protozoa? So they can have this many variation. Locomotory organ is either pseudopodia, like as seen in amoeba, pseudopodia, a projection, okay, or cilia, hair like cilia. You see hair like cilia on the outer surface of the paramecium, and that beating caused the movement, locomotion of the paramecium. Around 15,000 cilia are present on the body surface of a single paramecium. So that beating, rhythmic, coordinated motion caused the locomotion in paramecium. Or it can be the whip-like flagella. So this is there are two flagella. This is the euglena, so there can be whip-like flagella. This boundary is pellicle. That violet boundary is the pellicle that we talked about. So this whip-like structure causes the flagella. Flagella is long, cilia short. If you take ultrastructure, they are both the same kind of ultrastructure that you are going to study in your next classes, higher classes. So locomotory organs, pseudopodia or flagella or cilia. Or there can be complete absence of locomotion also. Say for example, certain stages of this parasitic form, they don't carry out any locomotion. Say for example, Plasmodium, they don't carry out any locomotion. Okay, so this is the diagram of the Plasmodium life cycle. That actually is another topic. But what I mean to say, they cannot have also they can be without locomotion also. Now let's talk about the nutrition. How does nutrition take place? So there are different mode of nutrition. It can be holozoic, animal-like. Like we have holozoic nutrition. We don't prepare our food. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि सुबह में हम जाके बाहर तेज धूप में बैठ जाएं, धूप and we have energy. That is not the case. We don't carry out photosynthesis because we take our nutrition from the plant. So we have holozoic nutrition. This is something very amazing feature. Holophytic nutrition. They are not plantae, but still certain the phytomastigophora is the one class. The animal have the chlorophyll in their body, so they can prepare their own food, and that's why the stored material in our body is the glycogen, in their body is the starch. They can be holophytic nutrition. Euglena, dinoflagellates. They have photoluminescence capability. अगर कई बार आप रात में अगर समुद्र किनारे आप बैठे हैं तो आपको बहुत सारी रोशनी वाले दिखेंगे, बायोल्यूमिनेंस दिखेगा समुद्र के अंदर से, तो वो है डायनोफ्लैजिस, लुमिनेंस देने वाले। तो दैट इज दी, उनके अंदर भी क्या होता है, दे कैन कैरी आउट द फोटोसिंथेसिस, दे आर होलोफाइटिक इन न्यूट्रिशन। है कैन बी सैप्रोजोइक, सैप्रोजोइक वर्ड हम किसके लिए मेनली यूज करते हैं, फंगी के लिए। They actually get the nutrition, they absorb the nutrition through osmosis, by absorption from a decaying material, organic matter. They absorb organic matter from the decaying material, and that is mainly the case of the fungi. But there are certain saprozoic protozoans are also there in nature. We will quote the example. They can be parasitic. Plasmodium, monocystis. Monocystis is the parasite that it's a parasitic, and it remain, it's dwell into the earthworm. And where in earthworm? In sperm. It take all the content of the sperm, of the cytoplasm of the sperm. It remain inside the sperm. So that is the monocystic. That is parasitic adaptation. That is parasitic form of life. Leishmania. So there are so many parasitic, entire subject, entire field of biology called parasitology. Even medical students are learning these parasites, about these protozoans. So they can be parasitic, they can have saprozoic, they can holozoic or holophytic. So many variation. They can be with or without oral aperture. You see the diagram of the paramecium. On the one side, you find some opening, some sort of opening, aperture. That is called the oral, one aperture is called oral aperture. Amoeba does not have such aperture. So they can be without aperture or can be with aperture. Digestion occurs within the cell, intracellularly. Single cell is there. It has performed all the duty. So digestion occurs in a particular structure. It's called food vacuole. I will show the diagram of all this also. So you see here, holophytic nutrition is a dinoflagellate. You see, a spray of dinoflagellate, Nocticula, sea sparkle, spark होता है, तारामंडल आवे नहीं वो, तो sea sparkle. So यहाँ पे लिखा है algae, but its status is the debatable. It also mentioned in a biology, zoology book, also there in a botany book. They form they form the deadly toxin. They form the aggregate, and they form the algal bloom. And they are actually toxin to marine life, and they also have the bioluminescence. So they have actually this diagram. Okay. Actually, the label is holophytic. Yes, holophytic nutrition. Okay, clear. Then comes holozoic nutrition. We talk about holozoic nutrition, animal-like. Amoeba. You have studied this already. Amoeba, pseudopodia, take food particles, digest it, and get the nutrition. This is a food vacuole. So digestion occurs in the food vacuole. So it's a holozoic nutrition. Then you see here, this is a parasitic. One parasitic animal taking nutrition from other protozoan. These both are protozoan. है ना? Protozoan है, protozoan पे से ये है protozoan. And he actually, it's a suctoria. It's a suctoria, and it has certain filament. It has tentacles. It has certain tentacles, and these tentacles actually penetrate into the host and take the all nutrition and take the cytoplasm of the host. It make the attachment, take the host में cytoplasm. So it's a parasitic. You see, it's also Ciliophora. It is also Ciliophora. कोई शर्म नहीं रखते, भले ही दोनों Ciliophora है, हम तो आपको मार के आगे बढ़ेंगे. Greedy, उनका अपना लाइफस्टाइल है. They don't have any cilia, so they take nutrition from this another Ciliophore. They can be paramecium. So यहाँ से न्यूट्रिशन लेते हैं. So पैरासाइटिक भी हो सकते हैं, सैप्रोजोइक भी हो सकते हैं. ये है मस्टिका अमीबा. Saprozoa, protozoa, Google पे सर्च करोगे या कोई बुक में देखोगे, इस मस्तिका amoeba. It have different stages in life. Flagellated stage, without flagella stage. Status is classification is also debatable. इनको अमीबा गिनना कि नहीं गिनना ये भी debatable है. But nevertheless, that is not part of our talk today. But what they have a special feature. They actually they absorb the nutrients from the surrounding, and the material should be decaying. So that's why they are saprozoic in nutrition. देखो आपके लिए एक ही सेंटेंस था, मैंने हर चीज आपको डायग्राम के साथ बताई. Every time it might not be possible to represent everything with a diagram, but this is the way to learn the thing. If you come across new word, you find you are living in the Google world. You find anything, you don't remain only confined to my speech. You find things on the net, on the book, on the ebook, on the net, on the research paper, and you find the matching diagram. And if you will enhance your knowledge, this is a demonstration that I am showing you, that for each word I am showing you the diagram. So Suctoria is this is I already actually talked about. So you are not going to this Suctoria, ciliate animal, sessile animal. So that what he take the nutrition. So I am not taking that slide. So we have completed how nutrition. It can be holozoic, it can be holophytic, it can be saprozoic, it can be parasitic, it can be with or without oral aperture. Digestion occur intracellularly without the inside the food vacuole. Let's talk about the respiration. How does respiration occur? How does respiration occur? You go through this slide. Respiration and excretion occur through the general surface or through the general surface respiration, or through the excretion. जो भी ज़्यादा पानी आ गया है, osmoregulation, excretion is the same thing. We have our entire urinary system, kidney, ureter, and all those things. But here, contractile vacuoles are there. They store their body, their content remain in equilibrium with the outer osmolarity level of their cytoplasm and osmolarity level of the sea water. So they maintain. उसमें थोड़ा पानी रिलीज करना है या रखना है. So that is actually balanced by these contractile vacuoles. So this way they carry out the osmoregulation. Reproduction. यहाँ पे contractile vacuoles के बारे में समझाया हुआ है, अलग से पूरा स्लाइड भी दिया है. Hypotonic, osmosis, line, rupture हो जाता है. So we are not going that detail. So you can go through this slide. So this is the extra information about the contractile vacuoles. Then again, reproduction. Let's talk about this point. Reproduction. Reproduction can be asexual by binary fission or by multiple fission and budding, or can be sexual by conjugation of the adults or by fusion of gametes. I am showing the diagram. Asexual reproduction by binary fission. You see here. It's a binary fission. This diagram is of the binary fission. यहाँ पे binary fission हो रहा है. यहाँ पे multi fission. यहाँ पे amoeba है, binary fission हो रहा है. Divide one animal to two amoeba. It's a sexual reproduction. This diagram है multiple fission. Ancest में आपकी कोटपाल की बुक में भी दिया हुआ है. पूरा content mainly lines हैं, slides हैं. उनका content from the invertebrate zooxanthellae कोटपाल में से लिया गया है. So यहाँ पे entirely ये क्या हो रहा है? एनसिस्टमेंट, और यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, न्यूक्लियस का मल्टीपल डिवीजन एंड ईच न्यूक्लियर पार्ट इज सराउंडेड बाय द सम पार्ट ऑफ द साइटोप्लाज्म अंडर अनफेवरेबल कंडीशन दिस रिमेन एंड दिस बाउंडेड बाय द थिक कोटिंग दैट कॉल्ड cyst formation encystment the word multiple fission is going on there, और जब उनका सीजन आता है वो स्पोर्स सारे निकल जाते हैं डिडॉर्मियो और उसमें से हर अमीबा बनता है, so that is called the multiple fission. Then there can be budding. एफिलोटा एनिमल जो होता है, एफिलोटा में क्या होता है, दे फॉर्म द एक्सोजीनस बडिंग, दे क्रिएट सर्टेन बर्ड्स एंड दो बर्ड डिटैच हो जाती है, जैसे हाइड्रा में बडिंग होता है, तो यहाँ पे बडिंग होता है एंड अल्टीमेटली एनिमल डिटैच. देयर आर डिफरेंट मोड ऑफ reproduction. It's entirely topic. Nutrition in protozoa, reproduction in protozoa, general topic is there. You refer a book in the invertebrate zoology book. I am only showing the one feature. There are many different other way also of the budding. So encystment commonly occur. तो ये कौन सा हुआ, asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, conjugation in paramecia. Sexual reproduction where actually two adults unite and fusion of gametes. This actually happen. I am using the word gamete, and I saw earlier I said that a single animal carry out all the activities. So gamete is something. It's actually gametocide stage, and this mainly you can refer for this. You can refer any syngamy is the fusion of gamete. So fusion of gamete is called syngamy. So can syngamy occur in amoeba in protozoan? Is can, yes. What happened in monocystis? There was tropozoite is the feeding state, and for reproduction it converts to gametocide state. Within there, during that gametocytic stage, it actually produces the gamete, and they two adult form actually come into close contact. They don't asexually, they come in contact but asexually, then surrounded by a certain feature structure, and then the cytoplasm and nucleus divide multiple times, and that state their body has so many gametes. Ultimately they fuse with one another. Ultimately there's बीच का जो बाउंड्री होता है, रप्चर, प्लाज्मा रप्चर, एंड द गैमेट्स द न्यू come into contact and they form a diploid structure. Then meiosis take place, again haploid, और जो haploid जो होता है ट्रोपोसाइट स्टेज वो बन जाता है. मोनोसिस्टिस का लाइफ साइकिल पढ़ोगे तो ये समझ में आ जाएगा, फ्यूजन ऑफ गैमेट. So they have that structure. So here we and they have inhibiting fresh water, sea water, damp place, parasitic, commensal, and animal, plant body, and about 50,000 species. So this is all about the diagram. These are the slides from the reference जहाँ से मैंने लिया है. So I think we will keep only one lecture today, and I think we will continue.